How are we doing, Heather? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the footage we have got, and then have a talk about what we do going forward about this back injury. Fucking that look. Painful to watch because they look really good, which is the annoying bit. Let's see what else we got. That was much better in that one, actually using your legs a hell of a lot more off the bottom. Shows a little bit of fight off the bottom through that T-spine, through that mid-back. Yeah, much better. The idea of driving the knees back and getting the hips forward at the same time, rather than constantly just trying to push the knees back. Good. Oh, it's painful to watch, knowing that I know what happened later on down the line. Solid. Right, so look at these heavier low bars. Bad. Head position's fixed. Throughout, elbows in a tidy position. Not completely dive bombing it. Okay. Excuse me. With a self handout as well. Good. Bit more than an 8. A bit more than an 8, and that was a bit touch and go there. I know it's different not having a spotter and having a handout. Just looking at your grip. It's quite hard to tell from this angle. Just got to be careful with that right hand grip. How wide it is. But that's good. I had a tendency there, as the bar kind of met your chest, there was a little wiggle of the wrist that we had a couple of weeks ago, whereas that would have curled the wrist forward, but better. Okay, right. Let's just go to the incident. Like, technically with the lift itself, there's nothing really. There's that little, like, you right from the bottom, there's that little bit of low back round, and the hips do tuck under a little bit. That's that tendency to want to pull the bar. The head tipping back below the knee wouldn't have helped, but Yeah. Nothing in that lift itself kind of stands out to me as like, oh, that's why. I listened to your voice note the other day, and I think you are right. A little bit of wear and tear and having to cram sessions in back to back. I'm just going to pause this a second and then bring up your program. Okay, right, we're back. So some changes. I've really got to come in now. I'm very aware of the time span of how long we've got. It's around that 6 week kind of ballpark now, and we need to get you there in one piece, and you have every chance about having a good go at this. The lack of being in one piece is the issue we have at the moment. So, first thing. Right, flat back, feet up, bench. Okay, and that is flat back. Please, 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 flat back. Okay, I know even with the feet up bench, there is a tendency to want to engage. Now, I'm happy. I want the shoulders down and back still. I want the chest raised, but no movement through the lower back. If it really does become an issue, and you naturally, I know I personally would struggle to kind of really restrict this movement down. It would be a Larsen press, the fucking thing that every powerlifting coach thinks is cool to put in their program at the moment. I personally don't like Larsen press. I'm not really a fan of it, but it would be applicable in this scenario. It would be if it stops you arching your back, then perfect. So we were fucking one week, well, one couple of sessions away from going into a deload. I still want to put that in there because I'm reluctant. I know as well that like pushing the squat and pushing the bench outside of the deadlift is not gonna help. So just need a bit more feedback from you in terms of squatting, because a leg press would be always helps when you're not writing in white. Leg press would be my immediate alternative, or split squat. Let's try split squat first. Same reps, same intensity. Should be okay on the back. Should be your bolt upright. The only issue that might come into play is just the sheer weight, the compression force might aggravate the back a little bit. If that is the case, onto the leg press. Don't bring the leg press, like the actual panel, all the way down as far as you possibly can for you, because your hips would naturally tuck underneath you. Okay, which means you've gone into too much hip flexion, but because you're being supported, hip extension, but because you're being supported by the pad, you don't feel it. You know when your butt comes up off the leg press a little bit? I don't want that, because that is that extreme rounding of the lower back. Close grip floor press, again, should be fine. Should have no issues there. Right, the deadlift. So I don't want you to try and cut it out immediately. I would like to see a very simple, very straightforward return to play protocol that we've done something similar before with the boxes, where we would get you off a very high block, like an above knee off block, conventional. So high block, conventional deadlift. use this as a chance to get your basics nailed down. I do not care. Delete. 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 What's on the bar? I do not care. Whatever doesn't hurt. Okay? The second you get a 2 out of 10 pain in your back, you go down. And if doing it with an empty barbell hurts, don't do it at all. If it does, try banded glute bridges. Okay? Banded glute bridges are your alternative. Oh, Jesus, my handwriting. If you need them. I would like to keep you hinging. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. Okay, again, I want to kind of take these as they come. Incline bench, I think should be fine. The tempo squat, we'll see. Okay, if that is the case, squat, split squat, or handwriting terrible with the tempo still. All right, that would be my immediate go-to. Same here. No, not same here. Blank for now. No squatting there for now. Not that time. Flat back again. So I think the bench is okay. Should be fine with this one. So we'll do some more off a high block here. If no pain on session 2. Okay, any pain on session 2 and let me know and we will take that out of the program for you. Okay, that is not going to stay in there. The overload of the press will leave. We'll see how it goes. Glute bridges for your hip overload. Perfect time to start getting these in at the moment. Perfect time when your back's a little sore. Ignore week 8. Not interested, because that week 8 will not look like that. Okay, week 8 will look totally different based on what we get on week 7. So, summary. I think it's important for you to see the thought process and what I'm kind of thinking of as I go through this kind of stuff, particularly when it's an injury. I think it's kind of a little bit nerve-wracking when you just get given something and it's kind of like, oh, yeah, like this will do because you're the one in pain at the moment. Again, as a deload, I want you to really be mindful of the RPEs. There's nothing above an 8 in any of this. And be very, very mindful of the back. Okay? You are in a position that you have enough time where we can reduce the blocks as the weeks go on and allow the back to have a chance while still pulling your way through certain movements. But we need to be sensible with it. No one's going to care how quick you can get back to a barbell 6 weeks out if 1 week out from the competition it goes again and it wasn't ready. All right, so use it as a chance to build up some momentum again. I just want a very simple, straightforward return to play kind of protocol. I don't think you need to be, I don't think you need to be bandaged up and locked away and doing some weird, stupid fucking exercises that I see coaches pushing on people these days. Okay, I think it's a lot more straightforward than that. We'll see. I need feedback regularly. The voice notes that you've done this week have been perfect because they're the ones where you have the most immediate, okay, this is what I thought, this is what I'm feeling. Even if you're doing it while you're in the gym, even better, because it's very easy once you've gone home and either the pain's settled in or the pain's gone away potentially, to mess up, to mess up kind of how you're feeling. Excuse me. So the more immediate the feedback, the better. No big deal. no big deal at all. It's a recurring thing with that lower back. I think you've hit the nail spot on the head. It was just that reintroduction of low bar, and everything's just being crammed in a lot closer than I would like it. Really, it was almost 4 sessions back to back. You know, and stuff like yoga and stuff like that kind of plugged in there is just additional work that if you know stuff like that's coming up, let me know. And even like, you know, even silly things like the other day on Instagram and stuff, when you're putting up like just snatch balances with an, like, you know, an almost empty bar, it's a huge amount of thoracic and low back strain to get into those positions. And I know it's not for you, it's not a big deal as it would be for me, but they're just little things that can kind of just be adding to the cake when you're 6 weeks out. So it's something we have to be mindful of. Not a telling off or anything else like that. I think you generally, and I said this to you a couple of weeks ago, your mental sort of robustness has come on leaps and bounds. This would have been, you know, not too long ago, it would have been tears, and it would have been, I'm not going to do it anymore, and it would have really been sort of like up in arms about this, but you seem to have handled this much better, which is great to see. I just want to make sure you get there. Okay, nothing to comment on really on the footage itself. You know, even on that top single, there's absolutely nothing to pick out really. Let me know what you think about that. Anything doesn't feel applicable anymore, just a brief update on how the back's feeling. The more regular, the better. Let me know. Again, I just think it's important for you to see how we do this stuff.